Hi there, welcome back to Northern News Now Plus. I'm Hannah Morgan, and today I am joined by a special guest who is the director of Borealis Chamber Artists. His name is Richard Carrick, and he is helping bring music to Duluth that has not been heard in 300 years. And they are having an event this Sunday. And to tell me more about it, he joins me. So, can you tell me more about this event, Richard?
That's right. Yeah, our concert is called Latin American Baroque, and it is music from mostly the composer Antonio de Salazar, who was living in Mexico in the late 17th century, early 18th century. So most of this music was written around 1695 to 1705, and it would have been heard at the Mexico City Cathedral.
So, how does that kind of music, how is that different from what we listen to today?
Yeah, so I mean, you're going to hear a lot of similarities, of course. The music's music, but it's going to sound a little bit older. But you think Vivaldi. It'll sound a lot of it will sound like Vivaldi. Some of it might even sound like Haydn a little bit later. But then others are going to sound really ancient. There's some chanting that goes back to the medieval era, and the other a cappella choral pieces that sound like Renaissance music from Italy. So they get this whole smattering of classical music, but all from the New World. And what's exciting about this project is that none of the music that we're going to hear this weekend has been heard since it was presented in Mexico 300 years ago. So people that come to the concert are getting a real treat to hear these gems of pieces for choir and orchestra that have been silent for hundreds of years.
Yeah, so how did that come about? I believe that was made possible through Craig Russell, is that correct?
That's right. So Dr. Craig Russell is a musicologist and a great Baroque guitar player himself, and he taught at California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo for his whole career. And because he was in California, he was really interested in music of colonial Latin America, which included the California missions. And so he spent a lot of his career researching this music. And one trip he was down in Mexico City to do completely other research on a different project, but stumbled across this music, and he thought, "Oh wow, like this is really great stuff." But all of this music isn't the reason it hasn't been performed is because it's not like today where you have a score that is handed. All you had was different parts. So like here's the violin part, here's the soprano part, all on different sheets of paper. So he had to kind of find all these different parts and stitch them back together so that they could be performed by a modern ensemble today. And so over the last 20 years, he's been slowly working on this project, and we're excited to finally put that together.
Yeah, that's amazing. So how did it find its place in Duluth?
So I'm lucky. So was one of Dr. Russell's students back when I was an undergraduate, but in California, and so I had a personal connection to Craig, and his music, I mean, has been performed. He's done several projects like this, but in the past with some of the world's best ensembles, like including Chanticleer, who, if you are a fan of choral music, I'm sure you know the ensemble Chanticleer out of San Francisco. And so we feel really lucky that Craig was willing to. I called Craig up a year ago and asked, "Hey, do you have anything that hasn't been done before? We'd love to do it." And he said, "Oh yeah, I've got this project." And then I said, "Well, would you come out and do it with us?" And so he's been here since Sunday, rehearsing with the choir, rehearsing with the orchestra. He's going to be playing his guitar with us, and I'm just really grateful to having Craig with us to help bring this to life.
What's it like being able to work on something like this?
Well, it's different than anything else, right? Because and it's really exciting because if you are working with a living composer writing a new work that no one's ever heard, you can talk with the composer and kind of work out some details. But there are no recordings of this to listen to. There, you have to just spend so much time trying to get in the mind, and there's no composer to talk to, right? So you have to get in the mind of what they were wanting and trying to get the sound that the composer was imagining, and you have to do this all in your own imagination. So, it is a concert, but it's more than a concert. It is a preservation of music from, and to be honest, music from the Americas is often overlooked, and it shouldn't be. There's these real gems of music that it's a real rare opportunity to hear this stuff.
Who do you think this is for? Who should come out and see this?
Well, I think anybody should come and see it, but especially if you love like going to Messiah at Christmas time, or if you love going to the symphony, or if you love going to choir concerts, this concert's for you. It's got a little bit of all of that. Like I said, Renaissance kind of style choral music, and Haydn style orchestral music, and then Gregorian style chant. So if you love classical music, you're going to get a little bit of everything, and you're going to be really excited.
Perfect. And is there anything else that you would like to mention or that people should know about this if they want to go see it?
Yeah, so tickets are available on our website, borealischamberartists.com. But they also will be available at the door. There's great parking at the cathedrals, and there's handicap accessible parking. So please come, and come as you are. Like this, I don't want classical music to feel like it's not for anybody. Come in your blue jeans and your t-shirt. You don't have to get dressed up. Just come in and enjoy this music in this beautiful space. I know you won't regret it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I appreciate it.